Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really getting into the heart of a relationship, looking at how love evolves over a lifetime.
That's right. We're using two really interesting sources from Renee Lewis, the story Mind-Blowing Lifetime of Love, and the film script Always You.
And both focus on the same couple, Jay and Rita or Jasmine. It's fascinating to see the story told in two different ways.
Exactly, it's like getting two angles on the same core relationship. Our mission really is to unpack these portrayals. And see what insights we can pull out about long-term love. Friendship, turning into romance, navigating life together.
Maybe find some of those aha moments for ourselves and for you listening.
Yeah, hopefully some relatable stuff in there.
Okay, so let's kick off with the beginning, how it all starts.
Right? The reconnection, it happens at a friend's wedding in Chicago. They've been apart for years.
Right, the reconnection. It happens at a friend's wedding in Chicago. They've been apart for years.
It's powerful, isn't it? But what's key, I think, is that it's not coming out of nowhere.
Because of the friendship they had before.
Exactly, that history is there.
Yeah.
Even with the years apart, it creates this comfort, this familiarity, almost immediately.
You see that in the conversation by the lake they have in the story.
Yeah. Sharing those old memories like getting lost at that music festival.
The infamous shortcut through the woods.
Right? It shows they already have this shared language, this understanding. It's not just attraction, it's recognition.
Which probably makes it easier to get to that next step. That moment where they both kind of realize, oh, this could be something more.
And they actually say it. That's important.
Jay's line in the story, "I've missed you. I didn't realize how much until now." That feels raw, honest.
It really does. And Rosita feels it too. It's that shift from just feeling something implicitly to actually acknowledging it out loud.
Saying it makes it real somehow.
It does, it's vulnerable. It opens the possibility for things to change.
Then things definitely change on the dance floor, don't they? Oh.
Yeah. The story describes as building intimacy.
Leading to that whispered question from Jay. What if we didn't let this moment slip away?
So much potential in that question, even though they both know, practically speaking.
Careers, different cities.
Right, the real world stuff. But Jay pushes past it.
Those things are important, but they're not everything. I want to share my life with you. Wow. Yeah.
That's a declaration. It shows he's willing to prioritize this connection, to take that risk.
And the first kiss? It feels like the natural conclusion, doesn't it? Friendship that sparked the vulnerability. It all leads there.
It really does feel earned. Now the film script.
Yeah.
It shows this a bit differently.
Right? Yeah, it's more visual. Yeah, we see Jasmine elegance personified this electric connection right away on the street. Less internal thought, more outward signs.
Which makes sense for film. You rely on what you can see. On the dialogue, the actor's chemistry.
So two ways of showing the same shift from friends to something deeper. Do you think one works better?
Hard to say better. They just use different tools, Yeah. The story gives you the internal depth. The script gives you that immediate visual impact. Both get the core idea across effectively, I think.
Okay, so they've made the leap, but then comes reality. Distance.
Right. The classic long-distance relationship challenge.
And we see them tackling it head-on. Late-night video calls, planning weekend trips.
It shows that active effort, doesn't it? It's not passive. They're making it work.
Putting the relationship first, even when it's inconvenient.
Exactly. Those calls, those trips, they become these little anchors, these proofs of commitment.
And then Jay pulls off that surprise trip to Mexico. Pack your bags, adventure awaits.
And then Jay pulls off that surprise trip to Mexico. Pack your bags, adventure awaits.
Love that. It's not just about staying connected. It's about creating new shared experiences too.
Love that. It's not just about staying connected, it's about creating new shared experiences too.
How important are those shared adventures, do you think?
Oh, massively important. Exploring ruins dancing.
Yeah.
Those aren't just fun moments. They build a shared history.
Right? Like remember that time in Mexico and...
Exactly. You're navigating something new together, maybe slightly out of your comfort zone. It builds teamwork, trust.
Just great memories to look back on.
Definitely positive associations that strengthen the bond.
And it's on that very trip, under that velvet sky,
Yeah,
that Jay pops the question again with the, what if?
it's a recurring theme, isn't it? But this time it's bigger.
What if we didn't just take adventures together, but built a life together? A real life.
What if we didn't just take adventures together but built a life together? A real life.
And Rita's reaction in the story, pure joy. The script shows Jasmine's excitement too. They're on the same page.
Completely. That shared vision for the future is crucial.
Which leads naturally to the engagement, the wedding.
The story mentions vows in a garden. The script probably shows a montage. These public moments,
Why are those public rituals so significant, do you think?
well, they formalize the commitment, right? They bring family and friends into it. Creating this community of support around the couple, it makes it official, solidifies things.
Okay, so they're married now. They're building that life together.
And the story touches on the everyday stuff. Yeah. Supporting each other's careers.
Jay's business doing well. Rosita as a surgeon.
Yeah. Finding that balance between individual goals and the partnership that's not always easy.
Requires a lot of communication, I imagine. Compromise.
Absolutely. Mutual respect is key.
Yeah.
Cheering each other on.
And then they decide to grow their family.
Right. The arrival of Lucia, meaning light, which is lovely. And then Mateo.
How does parenthood change the game based on these stories?
Well, it adds this whole incredible new layer, but also new pressures, right? Yeah, time, energy. It's demanding.
So keeping the couple's connection strong takes work.
Intentional effort. Like those weekly date nights mentioned in the story.
That seems so important. Making time just for them.
Crucial. Otherwise, it's easy to get lost in just being parents.
I love that bit where Retta thinks back to their first disastrous adventure and sees it as foundational. It wasn't perfect, but it mattered.
Totally, because real life isn't perfect. Getting through the messy bits, the unexpected stuff. Together, that builds real strength, resilience.
Learning to laugh about the shortcut through the woods, maybe. And that strength carries them through both sources. Show this enduring quality to their love.
Yeah, weathering challenges together because that foundation, trust, love, that shared history is so strong.
Jay's still saying things like, every day, I thank the universe for bringing us together. That gratitude feels really present.
Jay's still saying things like, every day I thank the universe for bringing us together. That gratitude feels really present.
Yeah.
And that commitment keeps evolving.
Like how they bring their kids into their love of adventure, road trips, singing.
Passing on that spirit. Yeah. Creating those family memories. It's not just about them as a couple anymore, but about the family unit they've built.
And that 10th anniversary trip back to Mexico, that feels like a full circle moment.
Beautifully done in the story. Yeah, it's a reflection point.
And Jay's promise again, no matter where life takes us, I will always choose you.
It's that act of choosing again and again, not just relying on the past, but recommitting in the present.
The new ring symbolizing the journey. Nice touch.
Very symbolic. It's about the future adventures too.
And we see them continue that, right? Nurturing the love, even into the empty nesters.
And we see them continue that right, nurturing the love, even into the empty nesters.
That final hike in the story, I still choose you every single day. Forever and always. It's a powerful ending note.
It really is a testament to that evolving, lasting commitment.
So we've done this deep dive, looked at the story, the script. What are the big takeaways for you, and what really stands out about making true love last based on their journey?
Well, I think that foundation of real friendship just keeps coming up as critical. It's the bedrock.
Can't build a strong house on shaky ground.
Exactly. And then the importance of shared experiences, not just existing side by side, but actively building memories together, big and small.
The adventures, but also maybe just the date nights.
Right? Yeah. And fundamentally, it's about ongoing effort. It's not a set it and forget it kind of thing. It needs nurturing, communication support.
And that willingness to keep choosing each other.
That constant recommitment. Yeah, through all the different phases life throws at you. It's about growing together, not just growing older side by side.
That's a great summary. So a final thought for everyone listening. Thinking about Jay and Rosita or Zadie and Jasmine and this relationship that endures across both the story and the script. What single element do you think is the absolute most crucial for that kind of mind-blowing lifetime of love? Is it the shared history, the mutual support, that adventurous spirit, or maybe something else entirely we haven't quite nailed down?
Yeah, that's a good question to ponder. What's the secret ingredient for you?
Definitely something to think about in your own life, your own relationships. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.